Welcome to Audiobook Bay, where we uncover the wisdom hidden in the world's most transformative books. Today, we're diving into The One Thing by Gary Keller, a book that cuts through the noise of modern productivity and reveals the single most powerful principle for getting exceptional results. Most of us believe that success comes from doing more. We fill our days with endless tasks, believing that if we just hustle harder, we'll finally achieve our goals. But what if the exact opposite were true? What if the path to extraordinary results isn't about doing more, but about doing less? Gary Keller's breakthrough insight is disarmingly simple yet profoundly transformative. He argues that success isn't about balance in all areas of life all the time. Instead, it's about recognizing that some things matter infinitely more than others and giving your full focus to the one thing that will make everything else easier or unnecessary. This principle strikes at the heart of modern productivity myth. We've been sold a bill of goods. We're told to multitask. We're told to stay busy. We're told that if we just get better at managing our time, we can do it all. But the data tells a different story. High performers aren't trying to do everything. They are obsessively focused on one thing. Takeaway 1. The one thing principle asks a transformative question. What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it everything else will be easier or unnecessary? This isn't about being undisciplined or avoiding responsibility. It's about being strategically focused. When you ask this question honestly, you cut through the clutter of mediocrity. You stop spreading yourself thin across tasks that feel urgent but contribute little to your actual goals. You start working smarter, not just harder. This single question has the power to reshape your entire approach to productivity and success. The question works across all domains. In business, what's the one strategic initiative that would make all other efforts more effective? In your career, what's the one skill development that would accelerate your progress? In your health, what's the one habit that would improve your well-being? The simplicity of the question masks its power. Takeaway 2. The domino effect is Keller's metaphor for how one powerful action triggers a cascade of positive outcomes. Imagine pushing over a domino just a millimeter taller than the last. Each domino knocks over the next one, and eventually massive structures come tumbling down. Your one thing is that first domino. When you identify and pursue it with complete focus, it creates momentum that pushes everything else forward. You don't need to solve all your problems at once. You need to solve the most consequential problem first. The rest often falls into place naturally. This is how breakthroughs happen. They rarely come from scattered effort spread across many projects. They come from sustained focus on the highest leverage activity. That focus creates momentum, builds skill, generates results, and inspires continued effort. One domino falls, then another, then another. Takeaway 3. Time blocking is the tactical implementation of the one thing principle. It means physically protecting blocks of time on your calendar dedicated entirely to your one thing, not checking email during this time, not taking meetings, not scrolling social media. Most people treat their calendar as an open invitation for others to grab their time. Keller flips this. Your calendar is a commitments contract with yourself first. Block your most productive hours for your most important work. Guard this time like you'd guard a client meeting or a board presentation. The specific time of day matters. Research on circadian rhythms shows that most people are most creative and focused in the early morning hours. Protect those hours for your one thing. Use your lower energy periods for email, meetings, and administrative tasks. This simple shift compounds into extraordinary productivity gains. Takeaway 4. Saying no becomes an act of power when you know your one thing. Every yes to a distraction is a no to your most important goal. But rejection is painful, especially for people pleasers. Keller teaches a framework for saying no that's both kind and firm. You can decline without guilt when you have clarity about your priorities. The alternative is far worse. Every uncommitted yes spreads your energy thinner, delays your progress, and ensures you never achieve the extraordinary results you're capable of. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is say no. This seems counterintuitive until you realize that protecting your focus is more important than being available to everyone. Takeaway 5. Extraordinary results lie outside the bounds of normal thinking and normal effort. To get exceptional outcomes, you can't stay average. You can't do what everyone else does and expect different results. Yet most people operate on the assumption that normal effort applied to normal tasks will somehow produce extraordinary results. Keller challenges this delusion directly. Exceptional results require exceptional focus. They require doing fewer things, but doing them with greater intensity and intention. This is why so few people achieve breakthrough success. Most are unwilling to concentrate this fiercely. They're too comfortable with the safety of spreading their effort. Takeaway 6. Purpose is the foundation upon which the one thing principle stands. Before you can identify your one thing, you need to know your greater purpose. Why are you here? What impact do you want to have? What legacy do you want to leave? Purpose provides the directional compass. Without it, you're adrift, pursuing whatever feels urgent in the moment. With it, you can ruthlessly prioritize. You can say yes to opportunities that align with your purpose and no to those that don't. Purpose transforms productivity from mere busyness into meaningful progress. Discovering your purpose isn't always easy. It requires reflection, experimentation, and sometimes failure. But investing time here pays dividends forever. When you know your purpose, decision-making becomes easier. Motivation becomes intrinsic. You're not chasing external validation. You're fulfilling a genuine calling. Takeaway 7. Environment shapes behavior more than willpower ever could. Keller emphasizes designing your surroundings to support your one thing. If your goal is deep, focused work, you need an environment that enables it. That might mean finding quiet space, removing digital distractions, creating physical structures that support concentration. Most people wait until they're sitting down to work before trying to muster willpower. By then, it's too late. Your environment has already conspired against focus. Instead, architect your space from the beginning. Make it harder to distract yourself than to focus. This extends beyond physical space. Your information environment matters too. What news sources are you consuming? What social media are you following? What conversations are you having? Each of these shapes your thinking and your focus. Curate your environment intentionally. Takeaway 8. The one thing is never truly static. As you progress and your circumstances evolve, your one thing may shift. What was most important 6 months ago might not be now. Keller encourages regular reflection. Quarterly or biannually, pause to ask whether your current one thing still aligns with your goals and purpose. This isn't about constant reinvention or scattered focus. It's about evolution. You're still committing fully to whatever you identify as most important, but you're wise enough to reassess when circumstances change. This dynamic clarity keeps you moving toward what matters most. Life seasons change. Your business grows. Your personal situation shifts. Your one thing should evolve with you. Flexibility doesn't mean lack of focus. It means being intentional about where your focus goes at each phase of your journey. Takeaway 9. Accountability transforms intention into action. Keller recognizes that maintaining focus is difficult in isolation. When nobody's watching, it's easy to rationalize distractions. When someone's checking in, you're far more likely to stay the course. Find an accountability partner or group. Share your one thing. Check in regularly about progress. Celebrate wins. Problem solve when obstacles emerge. Accountability doesn't feel natural to many of us, but it's one of the most powerful forces for sustaining focus and achieving results. The form of accountability matters less than the commitment itself. It might be a formal mastermind group, a trusted friend, a coach, or a public commitment. Find what works for you and build it into your system. Takeaway 10. The one thing principle liberates you from the tyranny of trying to be everything to everyone. You can't excel at everything. You can't give equal energy to all areas of life all the time. This isn't failure. It's wisdom. It's recognizing that seasons of focused intensity in one area create the foundation for broader balance later. When you accept this truth, stress diminishes. Guilt fades. Confidence rises. You're not trying to be superhuman. You're being strategically human, concentrating your finite resources where they matter most. That's the path to extraordinary results and a life well lived. Extraordinary success isn't reserved for the naturally gifted or the incredibly lucky. It's available to anyone willing to say no to many good things in order to say yes to the one great thing. That's the one thing principle. That's the path to results that matter. The One Thing by Gary Keller cuts through the noise of modern productivity to reveal a timeless principle. Exceptional results come from exceptional focus on the one thing that matters most. By asking the right questions, blocking time ruthlessly, building your environment intentionally, and staying accountable to what you've committed to, you transform vague ambition into concrete achievement. The world is full of noise and distraction. The path to meaningful success is clear and simple. Find your one thing, block your time, protect your focus, build your environment, stay accountable, let everything else fall into place. This is the path to extraordinary results in work and life. This is Audiobook Bay, where great books become life-changing insights. Thank you for joining us.